Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the guys from Unibet. Make sure you check out their excellent blogs. There's links in the description. I've done a couple of blogs for them, so you've got to make sure you check out my ones as well. And still, the links in the description for the Zaha one, which has really caused a lot of discussion, should I say, around it, because articles sort of saying, do we need to get Zaha or should we be using that money to get other players? Really, really interesting. So check that out from Unibet. It is in the description. Now, Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil. What are we going to do with Mesut Ozil? Well, there's lots of rumours around today linking him with a move away to Fenerbahçe in Turkey. We know that, of course, that Mesut is of Turkish descent, although born in Germany, but very proud of his Turkish heritage. He's also said before in the past that, one day he wouldn't mind playing for Fenerbahçe. And stories out today that Fenerbahçe are very interested in bringing Mesut Ozil to Turkey on a one-year loan deal to raise the money to get this deal done. They are apparently speaking to sponsors, according to the journalist who's reported it, for the sponsors to try and help them get it over the line, but they're working very hard on it. And the journalist claims that they're saying they've got a 50 to 51% chance of getting it done. So it's literally half and half. But that means they're fairly confident. However, Fenerbahçe do currently have financial fair play problems. That's why I'm a bit confused by this and how they're going to get this one done, because they've got financial fair play problems and they want to bring in a guy that's going to have to be on huge wages, sponsor or no sponsor. So really intriguing to see how this one plays out. Of course, we know the situation with Mesut Ozil, £350,000 a week. Didn't figure for quite a period of time at one stage last year under Unai Emery. Unai Emery obviously didn't really fancy him, especially away from home. It looked like Unai Emery didn't really like playing Mesut Ozil. He then sort of came back into the team. It seemed like him being left out for a while had worked and he was putting in some decent performances. But then towards the end of the season, poor performances again from Mesut Ozil, culminating in the final where when he was substituted, he just trudged off, seemingly not caring what was happening around him. And that turned a lot of supporters. A lot of supporters were like, it's time to get rid of this guy. He's been here for so long. He's not doing it. He's not interested. Let's get rid of him. Fenerbahçe, though, will they be able to come up with the money? Because this is the problem in trying to move on a player like Mesut Ozil. £350,000 a week. The club has to match those wages or pay a big portion of them if they're going to get him away out on loan. And then the player himself has to want to go. And Ozil has said time and time again, he's happy in London. His agent has said he's happy in London. So they're saying 50, 51%. I'm not too sure it'll be even that high. I still think Mesut Ozil will be running out as an Arsenal player next season. But Fenerbahçe seemingly quite confident that they could get this deal done. Lucas Vazquez. Now, he's a player that's been linked with Arsenal for quite a lot of this transfer window. Winger, of course, plays for Real Madrid. Decent player. Spanish internationals, had about 9 caps for Spain, Vazquez. Well, the reports today that Arsenal are in talks with Real Madrid over a move that's going to be round about the £31 million mark. Vazquez, of course, limited playing time at Real Madrid. That doesn't always mean that you're not a very good player, because, they're basically stacked full of the very best players in the world. So it's very hard to get into that starting 11. Vazquez wants regular football. He wants to be able to see if he can get more caps for Spain. And he's probably looked around and looked at some of the other players playing regular football. I mean, look at Santi Cazorla. Playing regular football last season and getting himself back into the Spanish national team. Vazquez probably looking at things like that, and probably, Arsenal is a good proposition. Arsenal looking at Vazquez as a possible alternative to Zaha. We know Zaha, you know, Palace talking about 80 to 100 million. Vazquez will be a hell of a lot cheaper, as I said, 30, 31 million pounds, around about that sort of price. Whether Arsenal will be able to get this one done or not, I don't know again. There's a lot of clubs interested in Lucas Vazquez. Could even drive the price up a bit as well, but there are a lot of clubs around Europe taking a look at Vazquez. So we'll have to sort of wait and see how that one sort of plays out, but it is a hot rumour today. But the number one priority is Zaha. That's the player they want to get. They want to get Zaha in. And some of his comments at the African Cup of Nations when he was being interviewed were very, very interesting. He was asked by a journalist, you know, would you like to play for Arsenal? And his reply was, I don't know, we'll see in the future. That was his reply. I don't know, we'll see in the future. So it was not a complete denial. They'd asked him before that. They'd said, listen, do you know, what's happening with the transfer to Arsenal and stuff like that? And he sort of gave that sort of standard answer where it says, listen, I'm here at the African Cup of Nations. I want to concentrate on trying to win it with the Ivory Coast. You would expect him to say that. Not a complete denial. Not that, no, these rumours are not true. I'll be back at Palace straight after. Just, I want to concentrate on the AFCON. But, as I said, that is a very interesting comment. I don't know. We'll see in the future. When you put that, and that comes in on the back of the comments that were made by his brother during the week, where he said basically, come on, Crystal Palace, let Louis leave, man. He's done all he can do for you guys. You know, he's helped keep the team up in the division, in the Premier League. He's given great service to this club. Let him leave and go to his boyhood club, Arsenal. That's where he wants to play. That's where he wants to, you know, play for the next few years. This is the time is right with his age and everything. Let him go, right? And that's from his brother. So it's a very interesting situation. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Will Arsenal be able to stump up more money to try and get this deal done? It's interesting. Yesterday I was talking to a football agent, and he was actually saying to me that he's not too sure if Arsenal have gone about this in the right way. I was saying to him, I like the aggression from Arsenal. I like the fact that, you know, Arsenal have at last acting a bit aggressive in the transfer market, and they have basically used the tactic of destabilising the player in the hope that, you know, the player will help to force the move. However, the agent I was talking to was saying, well, listen, you know, I don't know, man, it's all out in the open now, and forces Palace into a corner. Palace are looking for, you know, new owners of the club, and he was saying that, you know, part of them taking that package to whoever the new owners are going to be is, listen, we've got this club valued at this amount. We've got these players valued at this amount. Louis Zaha is our number one player. He's valued at this. Louis Zaha, sorry. He's valued at this, you know, £80 million valuation. He's part of that whole valuation package. If they sell him on the cheap, it doesn't help their whole deal. So, I mean, there's a lot to this. A lot to this, and a lot still to play out. And I think this is going to be one of those that's going to run right until the end of the transfer window. For Arsenal, I mean, even if they got a deal for Zaha done now, there'd be no pre-season for him because at the African Cup of Nations, he's going to have to come back and he's going to have to then go on holiday. So he'd be coming back a little bit late anyway. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens with the Zaha deal. But Zaha is priority number one. That is the one that Arsenal want to get done. And Arsenal linked with another Brazilian today. It looks like Edu, who's going to be coming in as the new technical director of Arsenal once, you know, the Copa America is finished. It looks like he's been getting really, really busy. Now, he's identified this player from Corinthians. His name is Fagner, and he's a 30-year-old right-back linked to a move to Arsenal. And as I said, these are players, you know, that are being identified by Edu. And I don't know a lot about him. I can't pretend to say that. He has played for Brazil a few times. But Corinthians rate him very highly, and they're saying to Arsenal, he is not for sale. We do not want to sell Fagner. Again, looks like Arsenal are looking in that right-back position for a backup right-back to Hector Bellerin. Bellerin, as we know, is on his way back. No Lichtsteiner no more to back him up, and Maitland-Niles not quite the answer. So Arsenal definitely look like they're in the market for a right back, but will it be this guy Fagner? We'll have to wait and see. Let's get into some of your comments. First one here from Richie Rich. He said, let's be honest, Arsenal probably didn't make the offer for Marcelo. Robbie's just making it up. I'm making it up. Listen, for the millionth time, for some people out there, not all, for some people out there, what we do is we report on the rumours that are out there. I didn't make it up, right? I don't know Marcelo. I didn't make it up, right? It's all over the media yesterday that Marcelo's been linked with Arsenal, that Arsenal have made an offer for Marcelo. Some other people are saying they're looking to make an offer. We're reporting it. That's all we're doing, right? I can't just say, it's a load of rubbish, we're not going to report that. Then there's no point in doing this show. We're reporting it. Some of those rumours that are rubbish or appear rubbish at times turn out to be proper links, like Zaha. Right, there was lots of, when I first started talking about Zaha on this show, when I went through the comments, a lot of people telling me to stop talking rubbish, Robbie. Arsenal have only got 40 million to spend. There is no way. It's not a proper link, blah, blah, blah. Then you got Zaha's brother coming out. His brother saying, let him go. He wants to go. So, listen, this is what we do. We report on the rumours, okay? And oh, yeah, by the way, for everybody having a go at me, yes, I did say Marcello, right? I got a brethren called Marcello. I think that's why I kept saying it. It is Marcelo. I do get some pronunciations wrong. Boom, boom, boom. All right? Right. Now, Ben Ward, he says, I'd rather Tierney, to be honest. He's 10 years younger and he's solid. Tierney or Marcelo. I kind of agree. Listen, this is going to sound crazy, absolutely crazy. Marcelo is brilliant. He's one of my favourite players, as a matter of fact. Watching that guy over the years, he's just unbelievable the way he gets up and down the wing, his skill. I just love watching him play. I had the privilege to meet him as well. I was last year or the year before, I got a chance to meet him at this award ceremony, and again, he was a really nice guy, good dresser as well, right? But if I'm looking at it seriously, I'm thinking long term, I think Tierney would be a better signing for Arsenal. Marcelo is just looking for a club to just probably just, a bit like what Dani Alves has done. The guys are starting to come towards the end of their career. Tierney represents something going forward in the future, and I kind of agree with this guy, Ben Ward. Philip says, the problem is we're good at identifying players. The board should give us some money to buy them. That's very, very true. We are good at identifying players. Here's some of the players we've identified over the years. Drogba, Hazard. We identified all those players first, but we didn't buy them. And Warren the Doc says, Klosterman looks good. I would offer them Kolasinac in exchange. Bellerin on the right, Tierney on the left, with Klosterman as deputy for either one. He would get plenty of game time that way and provide much needed relief and competition. Klosterman, of course, another right back linked with Arsenal from RB Leipzig. Definitely looks like, if you look at the links that are going around, obvious Arsenal looking at for a left back. Looks like they're looking for a right back, centre back, and a winger. Those are the four positions they really seem to be looking at hard. I don't really see them looking hard for a possible Aaron Ramsey replacement. That's the other one. I've not really seen them. And then also as well, I keep thinking to myself as well, a backup striker. But could that be one of the reasons why they're going for a Zaha? Because if you look at it, we've lost Welbeck, and Welbeck used to be a great impact player to come off the bench. They could be looking at it and saying Zaha brings a lot of goals to the team. You can also play, possibly play Zaha through the middle, or play him in a 4-4-2 if need be or whatever. So he could be effectively like a sort of backup type striker if needed. But certainly, it's the defensive positions that, those are the priorities, number ones for me. But it's still getting interesting, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. don't forget, the link is in the description for the Unibet blogs. They are brilliant. So check those out right now, and we will be back tomorrow.